Hello, everyone, and this is Holocron Transmissions. I'm your host, Nick, and this is
Patrick.
we're reviewing Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 1 Steps into Shadows. Now, let me tell you, this episode was not that great at the beginning, but it kind of sped up a wee bit near the end. Brought some new details, brought some new characters. We saw the return of Thrawn. He was awesome. I can't wait to see how his character develops, etc. So let's get on to a review. So, Patrick, what do you think about this episode of Rebels?
Um, I do think that this is the weakest of their season openings. This could be better than their first
Opening.
season opening, but I don't know. There's something about the first season opening that I love just a little bit more than this one. But this one was not too bad, but I was hoping for a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know of what. Maybe more Force, Thrawn. More of the relationship between the Sith Holocron and Kanan and Ezra, but we'll get into that with the full-on review. But I will say, though, this is definitely not the best opening for this season so far, but I'm still excited to see what they have planned.
Yes. Now, before we begin, there's going to be a new director coming into Rebels, I believe, or a new artist. I've been
Oh,
hearing about on Twitter, so we'll be covering that probably in another video. But let's just get in a review.
all right, let's get into the review. So,
What would you like to start this time, or should I?
up to you. You can start if you like.
All right, sure. So the first scene is basically all about Ezra's new abilities. I really like how he's trying to use the dark side to rescue his friends in a way, because
Yeah,
it shows more anger, more hatred to the Empire. And I really liked how the stormtroopers were like, "Oh, you're firing at us. We're not rebels." And Ezra just pulls the AT-ST like off the cliff.
Yeah, well, this is a darker way of doing this episode, and yay, we're finally getting to see people die and whatnot.
Yeah.
Kind of. Like, even the little pig creature in the beginning of this episode when they tried to rescue Hondo, when they say he died, they didn't show him getting blown up into pieces or defabricated, and he was thrown up in the air, still alive, and that's it. I wish they kind of go still a little bit more with the death stuff, like they did in Clone Wars, but this is still a great scene here. Shows Ezra's abilities too, with his fighting skills, showing how much he has improved, but also to how he's being just a little bit cocky a bit throughout this episode as well, and that has to do, I guess, with the powers or the teachings that he's getting from the Sith
Seth
Holocron.
Holocron. Now, what I really liked about how the Ezra is trying to show his friends what he can be capable of now as he's more mature, as he's progressing, kind of like going to the dark side moment there. And we don't see Kanan around for the first half, but we do see him around for the second half. Now, you may be saying, what's the deal with Kanan? Why is he going away and hiding, or not kind of hiding, more being alone, trying to get away from the Force, would you say?
Yeah, but we'll go into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
the Sith Holocron here, he's been talking to it, learning its abilities, its secrets, and whatnot from this person who is trapped in the Sith Holocron. I'm guessing a Sith warrior from the Old Republic days, most likely. But it's very interesting that he's not afraid to talk about this. He's not afraid to learn these lessons. He embraces it because Kanan, after the accident, has been far away from him and whatnot.
mhm. Do you see as well the wee Easter egg on the floor, how it's from the guy from the Cantina band?
Yep.
That was a really cool Easter egg.
Now, when we go on into the episode here, Hondo, the reason why they rescue Hondo is because he has secret information about these old ships, these old B-ring ships that are at this Imperial station here and
Mhm.
whatnot. Which I'm a little bit mad because I always thought that I could be wrong, Y-Wings, not B-Wings, I'm such an idiot. I always felt like the Y-Wings were built by the Rebels from scrap parts, because that's what I get from lots of the Rebel ships are like scrap parts and whatnot, built together and pieced together.
From
But
the
Rebels,
Republic days.
yeah, but Rebels is like telling me that no, not really. We basically are stealing stuff, which I guess that's right. Stealing ships. I don't know. I'm still okay with it. It's just that they only took about some Y-Wing ships or whatnot, and they have a lot more in New Hope. I want to know, like, do they just get more, or do they build more from the blueprints that they got from these Y-Wings and improve on them?
Because as we all know, when they actually do go to this planet, the Y-Wings actually don't have a hyperdrive yet.
Yeah, and they do in Return of the Jedi. I know that for sure. So, yeah. Kanan, of course, we develop him a bit more here in this episode and whatnot with his mask.
I'm really loving Kanan's new look with the beard. He's more like a Jedi Master now, as Obi-Wan with his beard.
But not really, though. He's still kind of training a bit and whatnot. Like in this episode, too, he had to train through his mind and whatnot, through his blindness now. And, of course, the best part with this episode, I think, is definitely with the Bendu here. I like to see more of the Bendu. I think we will, too, because in later on in the season, we see, like, Darth Maul and Ezra with the Sith Holocron. I'm guessing we're going to get a scene with the Bendu and Ezra, and the Bendu's going to give Ezra back the Sith Holocron, either in the next episode
or the episode after.
Yeah, it has to be somewhere in the beginning of like at least the 5 or 6 episodes for sure. But still a great scene here. Kanan learns more about himself and learns more about how to connect to the Force with his
with his blindness as well. Now, what I really find interesting about Bendu is he's played by Tom Baker, of course, a brilliant actor. He played in Doctor Who ages ago, but now he's doing Star Wars Rebels, which is awesome. And, the Bendu is a light side and a dark side of the Force, so he sees everything from the good side and the bad side.
He's a neutral.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the actual name is. There's a term for it. I don't remember right now. But he's neither a Sith or a Jedi. He uses just the Force as the Force.
Mm-hmm.
So
now, I'm just hoping we see more of Bendu, because he kind of like had a short scene in episode 1.
Like I said, we will most likely see more of him. I know for sure we will. And we'll see how he plays a role in season 3. If he's going to be a much more bigger role, or he's just going to be the guy who's going to start up the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
So now, through the episode here, and here's the thing very disappointed in this episode is Thrawn's entry into the episode was lackluster to me. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's not this grand, cool shot or anything, like it was in the season 3 trailer and whatnot. It was just very bland and simple, but still good scene here showing Thrawn. And this is when he was promoted as Grand Admiral as well, which I was very surprised with that too. I thought he would be Grand Admiral right away,
But he gets, oh look, he's promoted already. So most likely it's either the battle after he's been in, and then it comes over to the Rebels era.
That's what happened. They said in the episode that he was just promoting Grand Admiral for his great victory that he had, and most likely we're going to learn about this grand victory in the upcoming new book of Thrawn. So that's going to be great. And I'm loving this side character too. I forgot what's her name, this Imperial character, but you can tell though she's her inspiration, like an Easter egg of her and whatnot, is based off the main film from Indiana Jones 4. So I kind of like that. And Thrawn, of course, develops his great abilities because he planned everything out and predicted everything that was going to happen for this episode almost. So,
and we also got the return of Agent Callus, which we have not seen throughout season 2.
yeah, I don't know what they're going to do about Agent Callus in this season, because they give a good idea of what he might do, but if they don't do anything with it, then it just shows how lackluster I feel like Rebels is.
Maybe, Agent Callus will join the rebellion.
Well, he doesn't need to join the rebellion, but we need some more of him and some more of the ideas that they brought to us in season 2 of that one episode. We need to see more conflict with him. And he can still stay on the Empire side, but maybe have more sympathy and whatnot, Maybe going undercover a bit and destroying the Empire from the inside, or just trying to leave it smoothly and not even join the Rebels at all,
Mm-hmm.
It all depends, I feel like. But still very cool, though. I'm very happy, too, that we got to see Grand Moff Tarkin in here as well. That is great, too.
Because we didn't see him throughout season 2 either for a wee while.
Yeah. So now Hondo's with the gain and whatnot, and messing up like he usually does, not telling them important information and getting in trouble and have to rescue the Y-Wings before they all get destroyed. Ezra makes a brash move that kind of backfires, but doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, and basically, Rex goes for Ezra, Seba and Sabine go to with each other to try and stop the Y-Wings from getting destroyed, and then we get to see Rex kill some clankers.
Yes, that is true. And then after that, we got Ezra here with his more older look, muscles and whatnot, and showing more how his badass skills. And the hair is now growing on me a bit more. I was not liking the look, but now I'm liking it.
It doesn't look like more Aladdin.
His lightsaber design here, I've not fully seen it yet, but it is, I think, very similar to Obi-Wan's and Luke's design, which I am okay with that, but not okay with that. It's like, can you guys create something a bit different and new, please?
Like what we saw with like the laser lightsaber, how you can shoot out of it as well, and also the lightsaber crystal is like really thin blade. Have you noticed that?
Like, because in episode 4 that they were thin, episode 4, so they want to keep that look. That's why. But I just wish the design was maybe a little bit different. It could be. I've not seen the full hilt, but from what I'm seeing in this picture, it just looks the same, and each Jedi should have his own unique saber, because that's how it should be. Yeah, there are sabers that are mass-produced, of course, but this one, I don't think it's that much mass-produced, but oh well.
Oh well.
Yeah, and then after that, we see this character again, the 70s character, and Ezra, of course, being this tough guy, makes a dumb decision, but
sarcastic as well.
Yeah, pretty good scene and whatnot. And then after they rescue some Y-Wings and whatnot and escape very easily, because Thrawn is trying to figure out their location, their plan to get the whole Rebels and not just a certain sector. And of course, Ezra has lost his privileges of commanding with his brash movements and whatnot. And that's the other thing too, is I thought they would go maybe into that a bit more, like he wants to protect his friends, he wants to be responsible, but after this, I wish he got a little bit more upset and mad, but not really. And I don't know, I just wanted a bit something there and whatnot.
And I really like the scene as well, how we all thought that Ezra may actually die because of how the battle station was like falling so fast, but Kanan managed to finally catch him.
Yeah. That was nice.
Mm.
And then after that, there's the Y-Wings that they captured and whatnot. And the Y-Wings here, now, these Y-Wings are totally different from the Y-Wings that we saw in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And Rex is saying these driving babies are good, we use them in the Clone Wars, but they're totally a different design. So I want to know when was this design change happening for these Y-Wings, you know? During the episode 3 era, were these Y-Wing designs change like maybe 5 years ago? If so, then that's not considered as very old as from it looks like here. See, this is why I have a problem with them stealing like a always ship-made array, because when you look at a Y-Wing, as you can think of it like tons of different parts put together from different ships maybe and whatnot, and after that, because they're cheap parts, it's easy to mass produce and whatnot and remake, you know? But they could explain it more, you know, how they kept making more and whatnot and such, and why they always look a bit dirty all the time and all that such. But we'll wait and see what happens. And the episode ends too, if I remember correctly, with Ezra and Kanan talking.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, having a good bond and whatnot and such, and Kanan saying that he will always be there for Ezra no matter what and such.
And also Ezra says, "Where do you put a holocron?"
Yeah, and which I will go into the Bendu, most likely connecting to Ezra and whatnot, and this talking about the Sith holocron.
Yeah.
So, overall, what is your rating of this episode?
For me, I have to say I'm going to give it probably a 7 out of 10. Because it was the best opening for Star Wars Rebels, as we saw in Season 2 with Darth Vader. And it could have been more improved, but I really like the thing with Bendu, Thrawn, and all that good stuff.
I will go up just halfway. I'll go 7.5 out of 10 for me.
What's your reasons there?
I will tell you, my friend. My reasoning for that is I do think this is the weakest opening, but it doesn't make it a bad episode. The problem I have with it is when you give us 2 great openings, and then you leave us to this one, which was good, but not a good, I feel like, opening punch. But you know what? At the same time, though, that could be a good thing, because if you notice the Rebels pattern, unfortunately, is the best episodes ever of Rebels are the beginning and the end episodes. Season 1, the best episodes is the beginning episode and the ending episode. Especially Season 2, the best episodes, and you can argue with me if you want on this, but you know it's true. The best episodes is the beginning episodes of Vader and the ending episodes of Vader. It's true. So now with Season 3, with this episode not being the best, maybe they finally learn, and maybe the next episodes throughout Season 3 are going to be actually super good this time, you know? And not just like, oh, hey, Season 1 and not Season 1, Episode 1, and then the last episode of this season were only the best parts, you know? The real good parts. So that I'm a bit happy with as well, but I will still say, though, it's definitely not the best opening ever, but I still love Bendu. I love Thrawn. I love the relationship between Ezra and Kanan. I love Sabine's look again, of course. And, and the animation, of course, is much more improved. And I love the thing they're doing with the Sith holocron. Let's just hope, though, they keep the promises from Season 2, you know, and develop the characters in some situations that happen in Season 2. And also, 2, give us answers to stuff that we want, and give us a great, great character arc with Ezra, Hera, Sabine, and Kanan. Seb, you don't really need to do character arc. I think you already give us enough character arc already with him. If you want to give a little bit more, sure, but those are the ones I feel like needs more character arc. Especially Sabine needs a good character arc thing.
Now
So,
there's meant to be an episode where Sabine goes back to Mandalore.
yeah, unfortunately, I don't feel like the episode's going to be good for some reason. I don't know. I have not strong feeling, but I just have a feeling that I'm not going to like the episode. But we'll see what happens.
Yes. So, would you like to close the review off?
Yes, I will. So that is our review of Star Wars Rebels opening of Season 3. I hope you all like it. And if you'd like to see more, subscribe. And we will be doing the reviews with Star Wars Rebels each week and whatnot. And we'll be catching up each and every episode. So stay tuned for that. And also, too, we'll be uploading more stuff and Hollow Facts that Nick is going to be doing a lot of the time now. Will be coming up here soon.
May the Force be with you always.